All right, guys. So House Oversight Committee Chairman Representative James Comer is set to shake the political landscape, guys, by inviting President Joe Biden to provide his own testimony and explain why his family received tens of millions of dollars from foreign companies with his assistance. And this is following a hearing on the Biden family's alleged influence peddling. Star testimony from the hearing, you got former Hunter Biden associate Tony Bobulinski. He says that President Biden's brother Jim admitted to him during a 2017 meeting that the Biden family was able to conduct its business despite the president's high profile because of plausible deniability. Now, according to Bobulinski, Jim said this right after his conversation with President Joe Biden himself, in which the president thanked Bobulinski for the work that he was doing with his son and his brother and asked him to keep an eye on them. Now, in the same hearing with Bobulinski, Representative Nancy Mace asked him to verify various interactions with Joe Biden, Hunter, and of course the business associates concerning the various deals and the transactions, including Biden taking calls from Hunter where he updated his dad on certain business deals, confirming a reserved board seat for Biden at a company that Biden lied when he denied the meeting with Hunter's business partners and the family received money from Chinese business interests. I mean, he answered yes to all the Biden interactions. Bobulinski also made note of Hunter Biden running away from the American people after Hunter declined to appear for the congressional hearing. So definitely stay tuned as we dive into the heart of this Congress investigation, unpacking the top chaotic moments from the House Oversight hearing into the Biden family's influence peddling. Now, as Fox News editor Carrie Urban said, President Joe Biden, he has just continued to lie about what he knew or didn't know about his son's business dealings. So it's time that we actually find out the truth here today, guys. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. So things are getting very serious. So here, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, he declares that he's going to invite President Joe Biden for the impeachment probe. Here, check it out.
So in the coming days, I will invite President Biden to the Oversight Committee to provide his testimony and explain why his family received tens of millions of dollars from foreign companies with his assistance. We need to hear from the president himself. And I assure the American people that they will be able to evaluate for themselves the president's honesty and fitness for the office he now holds.
What they're looking into, President Biden providing his own testimony and explaining why his family received tens of millions of dollars from foreign companies with his assistance. Because according to Comer, they haven't been able to find a real business that Bidens actually have yet. Instead, what the Bidens are selling is Joe Biden himself. So how are they actually able to do this? Well, according to former Hunter Biden associate Tony Bobulinski, it's thanks to plausible deniability. This actually coming from his testimony that will certainly rock Capitol Hill. In his testimony, he said that President Joe Biden's brother Jim admitted to him during a 2017 meeting that the Biden family was able to conduct its business despite the president's high profile because of plausible deniability. Sounds like they're taking advantage here, if you ask me. He also testified that his conversation with Jim, it took place at the Peninsula Hotel in Los Angeles, immediately following a conversation with Joe Biden in which the president thanked Bobulinski for the work that he was doing with the president's son and brother, and also asked him to keep an eye on them. So Representative Jake LaTurner clarified what he meant by Bobulinski, and apparently it was a matter of Joe Biden being kept in the loop. But they weren't supposed to talk about it, especially in writing. All over the internet, people are declaring that Bobulinski is awesome, how he's on point and he's the real deal. Some are even calling him an American hero for standing up for our country and exposing the Bidens, that he could even run for president, but he wouldn't want to kind of walk through all that political mess that it brings along with it. But anyway, they draw comparisons to Donald Trump for trying to expose their corruption. And admittedly, it's all just kind of a nasty mess, and people say that he's an honorable man. Me, my prayers are with him, his family, and his friends, praying for everyone's safety in this mess, right, guys? Now, if you guys are finding this investigation as gripping as we do, don't forget to hit the like button. It totally helps us reach more people and keeps you guys updated on all the latest developments in this story. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. You're not going to want to miss out on what we uncover next in this deep dive into this political accountability and the implications that it could have. Your support means the world to us. So anyway, let's get back to it. So Representative Nancy Mace, she used her allotted time during the Joint House Oversight and Judiciary Committee hearing in order to fire off intense rounds of yes or no questions aimed at President Joe Biden's involvement in his son Hunter Biden's dealings or business dealings with GOP witnesses, Tony Bobulinski and Jason Galanis, asking them to verify various interaction with Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and the business associates concerning various deals and transactions. Now, those interactions included Biden taking calls from Hunter where he updated his dad on various business deals, confirming a reserve board seat for Biden at a company, that Biden lied when he denied meeting with Hunter Biden's business partners, and that the family received money from Chinese business interests. So Bobulinski and Galanis answered yes to each of Mace's questions. So as Mace pointed out, Joe Biden has repeatedly claimed that he's not involved with Hunter Biden's, Jim Biden's, or any other Biden's family business deals. Today, our witnesses have proven otherwise. And this is big, you guys. Fox News legal editor Carrie Urban, she explained the importance of the investigation, basically saying that the ongoing conversations that are surrounding the alleged wrongdoings by the Biden family, they're still prominent because President Joe Biden has just continued to lie about what he knew or what he didn't know about his son's business dealings. Now, her analysis, no one has any doubt that Hunter Biden was selling his dad's name because Hunter didn't really have the experience or the connections on his own to have gotten the business deals that he got. She also explained that what the Republicans have been trying to establish is a direct link between what were foreign nations seeing as a payoff for doing business with the vice president's son. So obviously it's very critical for that to have happened while Biden was vice president, or if they offered him some kind of a direct payoff for a foreign policy decision once he left the office. Yeah, definitely some scary stuff here, guys. Now, some other top chaotic moment from the House Oversight hearing into the Biden family's alleged influence peddling, the Ways and Means Committee. They released a WhatsApp message that was provided by the IRS whistleblowers showing that Hunter Biden wrote on July 30th, 2017, quote, "I'm sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment has not been fulfilled. I'm sitting here waiting for the call with my father." According to Bobulinski, Hunter Biden was not telling the truth when he testified under oath that his father was never involved in his business dealings. Bobulinski has said that those are all blatant lies. So Bobulinski also said that he begged Representative Ro Khanna, who is a Democrat out of California, and his staff to sit down with him and review the text message evidence that he had on his BlackBerry cell phone regarding the alleged wrongdoings by members of the Biden family. So Bobulinski said Congressman Ro Khanna scurried out of the hearing very quickly. And he said that he's actually disgusted that Ro Khanna didn't address him based on the fact that he's sitting there right in front of the world trying to testify to the truth. Now, as for first son Hunter Biden, some might say that Bobulinski was the reason why he didn't show up to the hearing. Bobulinski even criticized Hunter for running away from his chance to be able to tell the American people the truth. He called out Hunter saying, now is the time to step up, as he has said that he wants to do. That Hunter shouldn't cower in the face of accountability and in the fight for the truth and for democracy. Now, I also like what he said about the truth and transparency kind of helping to expose the rot at the center of our political system and to try to begin what ails it, right? Now, if you're wondering exactly who is Tony Bobulinski, let me give you the cliff notes on this one, right? So Bobulinski, who was an energy executive and Navy veteran who briefly worked with Hunter Biden in 2017 on a company called Sinohawk, was the start testimony before the House Oversight Committee after publicly claiming President Joe Biden was involved in foreign business deals. In October 2020, Bobulinski came forward at a press conference claiming to have emails, WhatsApp chats, agreements, documents, and other evidence that showed then Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden profited off of his son's business ventures in China, allegedly cashing in on his family's name and status as the former vice president. Now, the executive also claimed that he met the former vice president in May 2017, where they discussed Hunter's business plans in China, which he said Joe was plainly familiar with. Days after the meeting, Bobulinski said that he received an email about equity allocation in Hunter's Sinohawk energy company, which referenced 10% held by H for the big guy, which Bobulinski believes refers to Joe Biden. In November 2023, Hunter Biden's attorneys, they went on the offense against Bobulinski, asking prosecutors to open an investigation into his former partner for making false statements to the FBI in his characterization of Hunter's business deals and President Joe Biden's knowledge of them. So, Hunter Biden's business dealings, they really got everyone talking back in 2020. That was when the New York Post dropped this bombshell. Emails linked to the president's son found on a laptop left at a computer repair shop. I feel like that was the moment where literally all eyes were on Hunter Biden's laptop. That's where it all started. Hunter, who's dabbled in law and business on an occasional scale, and even held a spot on the board of a Ukrainian energy company called Burisma, found himself in hot water. Makes you wonder why so much money has to go over to the Ukraine before they work on our southern border here. But I digress. So President Biden's critics, including Bobulinski, argued that Hunter was making money off of his dad's reputation and his position. They even suggest that the president took a direct cut of the money. Now, of course, President Joe Biden, he's always said no. That's not the case. Now, if we fast forward to September 2023, and the House Republicans decided it was time to dive deeper, kicking off an impeachment inquiry based on the president's relationship with Hunter in September 2023. The House hit back, basically calling the inquiry groundless and accusing the Republicans of rehashing old conspiracy theories that they've been trying to pin down for more than 4 years. Definitely sounds like the exact same thing that's happening to Donald Trump thanks to the Democrats. But what do y'all think? But seriously, guys, if you haven't before, now is the time to stay updated on what's happening in our country right up to the presidential election happening in just a couple of months. So definitely subscribe to the channel, tap that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our deep dive analysis into what's really happening on Capitol Hill. You know your support is what helps keeps this channel going. So I just want to thank you guys so much for your support. Keep those comments coming, keep the likes coming, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.